try our new app right now, furgpt.com. I click at the link at the top line of the description box.
All right. Let's talk about Jay-Z. Ramir. They the case is over with. It's been dismissed. The judge ruled that they cannot bring back this case ever again. Kind of seen it going there. A lot of people still saying, oh, Jay, you should take the test. You take the test. How do you feel about the California federal court saying this is over with? Fraternity case is dismissed.
I'm personally kind of glad this is going to be one of the last times we got to talk. We've been talking about this for years. And at first, when we brought on Ramir and we started talking about it, I think that both of us, our perspectives were open. Like, we both told him respectfully, virtually to his face, that we didn't believe that Jay-Z was his dad, but we hoped for the best, you know what I mean? Because he seemed genuine at the time. It seemed like the brother was just simply looking for answers. And man to man, I mean, you want somebody to find those answers because you feel like people deserve it. But we didn't believe it was. And then throughout the years after interviewing him, and we seen some of the ways he moved and some of the ways he liked, we both looked at him and was like, man, this dude seems like he's looking for nothing more than attention. This seems like an attention grab. Then you start hearing people that went to high school with him, went to school with him. This is something that he's always said that his mom told him Jay-Z was his dad. His mom said this, his mom said that. I think this was just a folk story that went way too far, that got into the public mainstream. He got a little bit enamored with the attention because we also know he wanted to be a hip hop star. When you got Nicki retweeting you and you got Hollywood Unlocked and all these big publications putting your face out there, makes you feel like you're a little bit of a celeb. You don't want to lose that. You want to keep that shit rolling. So I think that Ramir kept it rolling, even though the writing was on the wall and he kind of knew what it was. And here's the thing, like, because in the court of law, Jay-Z is absolved for this, and that's all that he cares about. In the court of public opinion, in the court of social media, motherfuckers are always going to say, well, if he really didn't care, if it really wasn't his son, why didn't he take the test? Why would he take a test? Because his mama said that was his daddy. Look, listen, you got people if my mama said that because she was adopted, that Shaq was her brother, and I thought my whole life Shaquille O'Neal was my uncle because he lived in North Jersey. He was like, there's pictures that could be painted to a kid to make them believe any fucking thing. Yeah. Anything. His mother, unfortunately, no longer here. If his mother was here, we'd have a lot more questions to ask her. Maybe we would get a lot more answers. Unfortunately, she is no longer with us. May God rest her soul. All he has is what she told him. But it seems like now that he's an adult, he can't decipher reality from fantasy, or he doesn't care, and he simply just enjoys the attention. Whatever the case may be, I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that page is closed, because at the end of the day, as it stands in 2025, I don't think that Ramir, in my opinion, was looking or even cared if Jay-Z was his father. He cared more about the attention. I didn't feel this way in 2022. I felt like he was really looking for answers. As time went on and as I kind of see his moves, I thought it was more of an attention grab. So in that case, I'm glad it's over. As far as social media and shit, it'll never be over. People will always say that. And I don't think Jay-Z gives a damn.
Right. And I think, like you said it the best, like we talked on this a few times. You said it became wanting to know if he's your father to you're my father and you're hiding it. That's what it came to. Like, that's what it seemed like Ramir, when he kept going on, he kept pushing, and he kept, I was looking last night because, I still follow him from when we interviewed him, and they had raised almost like 30 grand. People gave these people like money. You know what I'm saying? To actually pursue this thing, to get lawyers and whatever the case may be. And it's like, dog, you don't know if this man's your father. Your mom told you something, but your mom said he's a strong candidate. I don't want to disrespect his mom, you know what I mean? But we have to start looking at, maybe she wasn't 100% truthful, or maybe she really didn't know who the father was. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, that we know that there was a man paying child support for 17 years. Supposedly, allegedly, after that point in time, he took the test and it excluded him as a father. But grown ass man, I'm not giving my DNA up because of a hearsay. Imagine if Jay-Z would have given his DNA up just to appease people. We got rights, man. We fought for these rights. We fought for rights to be able to have rights in court and to be able to not do and to do and have people, attorneys defend us. So why would he just do it to appease the people? when he has rights that he's going to stand. This man is 30 years old, bro. 30 years old.
Oh man,
Come on, bro. Like you said, the attention got to the brother.
he did.
The attention, and it gets the best of us. I'm not going to fault him for that. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I would want Jay-Z to be my dad too.
Nigga, listen. If I didn't know who my daddy was, and my mama told me it was Jay-Z, or it could be some bum at a bar right now, who the fuck would I want to be my dad? You damn right I'd want it to be Jay-Z my whole life. But eventually, when I become a father and I really know what this shit is, I'm gonna go, you know what? And this is what bothered me. It don't bother me, but this is what kind of makes me look at it sideways. When we talked to him, it was just like, yo, man, I'm just out here trying to work. I'm out here trying to feed my family. I'm out here trying to do my thing. I just want answers. And then it shifted, bro. And I didn't even know they got money and shit. And I'm not even gonna speculate what that money was done with. Like, who knows? But that's, man, like that attention, it's intoxicating. And we've seen people that had that attention in the 90s and 2000s rekindle it in 2022, 2023, 4, 5, and don't know what to do with themselves with that. If you a motherfucker that ain't never had it in your life, and now you attached to Jay-Z, a billionaire, one of the greatest rappers to ever live, one of the greatest moguls that we've seen, oh yeah, I'm not surprised that he ran with it. I'm a little disappointed because that's not what he first came out with. That wasn't his overall premise. At least that's what we thought. But I'm not surprised, man. And I'm glad for Jay-Z Shake from a man's perspective that it's over, because DNA is very personal. That's very that's personal. You don't just hand that shit out to anybody. You know what I mean? Unless you're really looking for answers, or unless a court ordered you to do it. Now, if there was paperwork, if his name was on a birth certificate, if there was something tangible for the court to say, no, Jay-Z, you know what? This is a possibility. Go ahead and submit your DNA. You think these courts give a damn if it was Jay-Z or whoever else? They don't give a damn about his status. You know what I mean? That's a black man in America. I don't give a fuck about that. If there was a smoking gun that he has a chance to be his dad, they'd have been had that man's DNA. That even more further tells me it's some bullshit. But
they're strictly gonna go by the law, period. But this is why you get lawyers and you get case law, because if the law said that he had to do it, he would have done it.
He'd had no choice.
The judge, they have to follow a law. We can't say, oh, they paid the judge off. Misfit all that bullshit. The judge would be in trouble. They have courts, they have higher courts. If he didn't go by the rule of the law, he would be in trouble himself. He's held to that, standard as a judge. Mm-hmm. They're not just making their own fucking rules up as they go. What are we talking about? Like, so that's the part. It's like, but people, we want something to be wrong. We want him to mess with a young girl. We want him to be hiding the children. We want him to cheat on Beyonce. We want him to be some conspiratorial Illuminati devil. You know what I mean? He made a deal with the devil. He drinks blood or some shit. Like, we want these outlandish flights of fancy, with somebody who we can't touch, that was once on our level and went to another level. We want blood, man. And it's sick.
Yeah. And I don't blame Jay-Z. And I still see him. He's still accessible. And I still see him out here shaking hands and doing his thing. Man, if I was him, I'd say F the world, bro. You can't be mad at certain people because, like, I can't live my normal life as a human being. Everyone's on their phone and shit, but I can't be the one on my phone because I got to hear that I'm a devil worshiper. I'm a pedophile. I don't take care of my kids. I've done everything wrong. Like, there's nothing good that comes at me. And all I did was bust my ass to get to where I need to go in my life. And now all of a sudden I'm this big ass. It's sick. It's sick, bro. Like you said, but this is the world we live in, and it's not getting any better with AI and all this shit. I seen something just to kind of go off topic real quick, but I think I forgot who it was. A former NBA player. He was on this podcast, and he was talking about how, like, they have these systems right now. Like, these people had these systems to where, like, they know what kind of girl you like. Like, they'll follow you. They know what kind of girl you like. They know what style.
I seen that.
You've seen that, right? They can create an AI character around it. They'll start hollering at you online. They'll say, can you FaceTime me? Motherfuckers go to FaceTime just to make sure they real. They take a screenshot and they put that shit with a kid and say, yo, give me some money. If you don't, and they be paying them. Then as crazy as that sound, motherfuckers getting extorted on that minor level. What you think, like,
because just the picture alone, whether it's true or not, just the picture of that coming out is going to look guilty as hell.
So if you got Ramir doing this with Jay-Z, and then you got all these rumors, you can paint a portrait more beautiful than the Mona fucking Lisa that Jay-Z is this man's father. And that's exactly what he did. And now you got people that don't even believe it, but simply off the fact, like you said, of their hatred and their despise for a man that they have never had any interaction with. oh yeah, that's true. Hell yeah, that's true. Whatever homegirl says or whatever this says about this man is true because I don't like him. It's wild.
But remember, Jay-Z's paying us, so.
Man. Wait, yo, Hove, I got this electric bill for you, brother. Whenever you ready. Whenever you ready. Whenever you ready.
Yeah, well, let's move forward, man, to the last topic. Kanye West.